Hey there, Shalini Mittal here from Tech Gatha, and in this video we will see how to create a tuple, how to access a tuple, how to take input for tuples, how to traverse a tuple. So to create a tuple, I can say T1 equals to round bracket. This is called as an empty tuple. So if I just say print T1, or if I say print type of T1 and I save it, and now when we run, you would see T1 prints an empty tuple and it shows you type is tuple. You can definitely store values. I can even store strings. I can even store boolean, or I can store decimal values. This is how you can create tuples. You can also create tuple within a tuple. So for example, I can say T1 equal to, so 1, 2, 3. Then I can have one more round bracket, 4, 5, 6, done. So if I say print T1, so you would see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I want to access, I can use again indexing. Yes, tuples do support indexes. So square bracket 0. I can also say print length of T1. Now before I execute over here, I would like you to tell me, take a pause and tell me what will be the length of tuple T1. So your T1 is this. So will it be 4, will it be 6, or will it give an error? Take a pause and then rerun the video. I can, if I say print T1 off, so 0, 1, 2 and 3, right? So T1 of 3. If I save and I run, so you would see empty tuple, type is tuple, T1 prints just the tuple, T1 of 0, value at index 0 is 1. Length of T1 is 4 because the value at index 4 is again a tuple. So this is called as a nested tuple. So at index 4, the type of value that is stored is a tuple. The way here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, value at index 4 is a string. So suppose I just make this and right, and if I run it again, so you would see T1 of 3, so 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see it prints Shalini, that's the value at index 4, that's a string, and here also the value at index 3 is a tuple itself. Now when you have nested tuples, if you want to access only 4, right? So this is a tuple which again starts with the index 0. So what I want, I will go. So 3 will basically give me access to a tuple. Within that, I want to access the value at index 0. So then in that case, you would be using 2 square brackets. T2 of 3 takes you to this tuple. Within this tuple, you want to access the value at index 0. So see, we get 4. These are the ways that you can create tuples. You can access tuple. Now if you want to take input from the user, so I can say, for example, data equal to, I can use the class, I can use tuple, and I can say input, the way we say int or the way we say str to convert the data into a certain type. Same way, I can convert this to a tuple. So, and if I say print data, okay, so let me say you entered. Now when I'll run, enter a tuple. So you can see when I enter 3 values, it basically is going to separate each one of them. If I run it again, and even if I don't put round brackets, so if I just say, for example, take these 3 values, see. So this is how the tuple does. So it considers this as one value in a tuple, then R, then E, then D, then again quotes, then again a comma, and so on and so forth. Now if you don't want to do it this way, then I can say, I can use eval function. Now when I run it, okay, so the first time, suppose I say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it basically separates out each and every value. Now if I say 1, it will keep it as it is. It is not going to convert or separate out each and every value that is entered. So eval is a function which is very commonly used when you want to take a certain type of data structure as input from the user. We are going to use eval in list as well. So please remember this, and it is used a lot for taking the input for data structures. So these are the ways that you can take input from the user. To traverse, again we can use the for loop simple, and maybe I can say for val in data. So I'll just comment out these, and I can just, because tuple consists of more than one values, so I can iterate, I can use in the for, and I can say, for example, I want to print the square, just a simple one. So now when I run, okay, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes every value, squares it, and displays the values. So the traversing is simple, the way we had in strings. I can also say for I or V or D or whatever variable it is, in range of length of data, right? So if your data is 5 values, length of data is 5, the for loop goes from 0 to 4, and then I can display every value from the tuple. So I can say data of V. And if you want to get the index, I can say V, comma. So then if you run, I enter a tuple. So this is the square, and you can see I can even traverse through a tuple accessing from the index. Now one more important point before we end this video, we also learned that tuples are immutable. So what do you mean by that is, so we have this tuple data, right? And if I want to say data of 0 equal to 100, I want to change the value at index 0. Now if I run, I enter a tuple, you would see it gives me an error. Tuple object does not support item assignment because tuples are immutable. Okay, so once the values are assigned in a tuple, I will not be able to change a value inside a tuple, but I can do this. So now I am not changing the value inside a tuple, I am changing the reference itself. Now my data is completely changed, and now it's no more a tuple, it stores a boolean value. So I can overwrite the complete variable. I can change the type of the variable. So it was tuple over here, now it's a bool type or a boolean data type. But I cannot modify the value inside a tuple. Hence it is called as immutable. In next video, we will see the certain kind of operations that you can do in a tuple. Till then, happy learning, take care, and bye-bye.